can't stand him anymore. He won't be sad about Franny. He ignores Eric, and I can't even stand him. I don't sleep with him anymore.
I just wanted to be a husband. I said this before. I didn't want to have children, and she's known that.
A moment ago, she said you haven't cried. Have you cried?
Yeah, I've cried.
A crisis can occur at any time in every family. Sometimes an outsider is needed who offers objectivity and direction through counseling. This television program recreates counseling sessions with actors portraying family members. They are guided by a licensed social worker as the crisis counselor, Thom Thompson.
Crib death is responsible for more fatalities in the first 12 months of life than any other condition except birth complications. When such a death occurs in any family, feelings of guilt and inadequacy can result. You're about to meet a family with these feelings, David and Chris Richardson, and Chris's mother, Jane Copera.
The reason is that why we're here is because since then, Chris has been really moody and really so depressed and, I don't know, non-caring, apathetic. It's almost as if she died along with Franny.
Well, I suppose that a part of us as a parent does die when a child dies.
I just can't get her out of my mind. She's on my mind 24 hours a day. There's not a moment I don't think of her.
First of all, does that seem to us all to be a normal or an abnormal reaction, that we would be very strongly consumed for some period of time with the death of a child?
Yes, yes, definitely, for some period, except that I don't think that you have to make a public show of it, being that emotional, 24 hours a day, every second, all day long. That's all that goes on.
I think it's abnormal for her in her life. She's never reacted this way to a crisis. She usually goes through the crisis and begins to pull out of it. And
there seems to be no reason for it. She was fine. She was normal and healthy, and then she was gone. And
What was interpreted to you by your doctors when this event occurred? What did you understand that happened?
That it just happens. That it happens, and it happened to us.
So-called crib death, or I'm sure they told you the sudden infant death syndrome.
Yes.
Apparently related to some kind of breathing problem that we really, and isn't this the hard part about it, that we really don't know much about yet, and I'm sure they told you that.
Mm-hmm. There has to be a reason for it, and I searched myself, I can't find a reason. I don't know if I'm responsible or what I could have done differently or...
No, it's not your fault. You keep on saying that to you. It's not your fault. It's not mine. I mean, it just happened.
Well, let me say right away that the thought that there must be a reason for this event is not a strange thought at all. Anything that happens to us, especially something as overwhelming as this has to be, we need some kind of supporting reason for it. And one of the things I need to say to you right away is that I've confronted this many times before with many other couples. I don't know if they told you this, but 7 or 8, or some say 10,000 infants die every year in the United States from this syndrome.
Yeah,
we must find out more about it, and we don't know. So I have to say to you, when you say there's got to be a reason, that there may not be a reason that we're going to be able to locate and say, here's the reason. Tell me a little bit more about your feelings. You're the one that
I just feel...
knows.
I feel empty. feel very empty. I carried her for 9 months and had postpartum depression for a while, and then everything was just wonderful.
Wait, so you already were suffering from some feelings of depression?
Well, just for a short time after she was born, and then everything was fine until she died, and I just haven't been able to get enough support, I don't think, from David, because he's been very cold about it.
It's
and
difficult for us to talk about this, I know, but can I get your permission to have her say what she means by that?
Well, well, that's why we're here. But I
We
mean,
can
I'm
talk
not
freely.
cold. I mean, I'm not cold. Like I said, I don't think that that the time has passed, and you don't have to display it all day long the way she said.
But I want to know, is it okay for her to go ahead and say what kinds of support that she wishes she had gotten or that she needs now?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I just need him to be sad with me. And he hasn't been. He doesn't like children, and he never wanted one.
No, wait a second, that's not true. I mean, I don't hate kids,
true.
I didn't want children right now. I mean, I just thought that we would work on our own relationship and that I would just be a husband first. We have a son who's just 5, Eric, and I mean, he's totally deaf. But I was excited.
Oh, I hadn't realized that. You didn't bring that up to me before.
He doesn't talk about him very much.
He's 5.
Yes, he's 5, and I was excited when we first found out we were going to have him.
You were excited?
Yeah.
I don't remember you being excited, I'm sorry. He didn't want me to have Eric, and I got myself pregnant, and he wanted me to have an abortion, and I refused because I wanted the baby, I wanted a child, and so he finally got used to the idea during the pregnancy, and then when Eric was...
You did come to acceptance on that pregnancy.
Yes, I did.
Go
At some
ahead.
point. But when he was born and we found that he was deaf, it's been like David's ignored him.
You must not have known that for several years, or did you learn earlier?
No, he was tested after birth, and we knew quite soon.
Oh, you knew at an early point.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No, but I didn't
excellent.
ignore him. I did not.
You ignore him now.
That's not true.
He doesn't have a father. I can't stand him anymore. He won't be sad about Franny. He ignores Eric, and I can't even stand him. I don't sleep with him anymore. He sleeps in the den.
Yeah, I sleep on the couch. She's not wearing a ring.
I just need something that I'm not getting.
Well, that's what we need to know. What is it that you need? I hear you saying what you didn't get. What do you need?
I don't know.
Okay, that may be a very honest answer. But you've got to struggle with that. You've got to begin to know what you need, because you can't expect other people to begin to deliver what it is that you want until you come out and say to them what it is.
Well, the major thing that upset me was when we got home from the hospital. He went into the nursery and he stripped it. He just stripped it bare. He threw everything out, all the baby items, all the furniture, the clothes,
There was
everything.
no talking about this?
No, he just went in and did it, and then he made it into a den for himself. A den, just a den.
What did that say to you? What did that mean to you? How did you interpret it?
Number 1, no more babies.
But was that said, or that was just the way you took it?
That's what it said to me.
It's what it said to you, but you didn't hear it from him. Okay, go ahead.
No more babies, and it was it was just so much a selfish act for him to do. And to not even ask me, it just go ahead and did it.
Is this what's been going on? This non-expression of feelings? I'm challenging you.
Well, with us, it's, from David, it's been going on for
No, that's not
about
true.
6
It
years.
is not true. It's just not true.
I've had
I mean, I don't
6
think
years of unfeeling from you,
That's-
ever since we got married.
That isn't true.
Well,
It is true.
You saying 6 years makes me feel that I have to go back and ask again about Eric, your first child. What were your feelings about that child and then the discovery of deafness? Tell me your feelings. I don't know where they are. Do I reach out and grab them? Do I touch them? Do I have to shake
No, I just didn't
you?
want to have children at first. I just wanted to be a husband. I said this before. I didn't want to have children, and she's known that. And she knew it then, and it was clear to her.
Please forgive me for being so strong with you, but I've got to come in contact with you. I want to share with you. I want to cry with you. I want to shout with you. I want to do whatever is needed for you to start talking and acting and reacting and dealing with this event. This is a terrifying event in your life, and in mine even hearing about it.
Yeah, I know. It is. But, you know, like it's over, and I wanted to get on with our life. And she just keeps on crying and blaming herself and blaming.
Unfeeling. You haven't shed one tear about this whole thing.
Wait,
Yes,
you
I
don't know
have.
that.
You have not. When?
You don't know that. I just
When?
don't think that it would.
But how would she know?
Well, I
could
don't
she
have to
begin
put
to
on a
know?
public display all the time the way that she does.
Not all the time. How about some of the time?
Well, it's just too much.
How about dealing with this loss? Go ahead. We're going to cry here. There isn't any way to escape that. We're going to talk about feelings.
He had her cremated. Little Franny. Had her cremated.
And again, was this discussed? Was it talked about? Was it agreed upon? I'm not putting bad heat on you. I've just got to ask to find out.
I just wanted to end it. I just wanted to get rid of it.
You
I just
did
wanted
a
to end
good
it.
job.
Wait, though you didn't like that, is there any degree to which you can understand why he might have wanted to just end it? Can you understand at all what he was trying to do, even though you disagree with it?
Maybe a little, but he should have asked me. He should have talked to me about it.
A moment ago she said you haven't cried. Have you cried?
Yeah, I've cried.
In private?
Yeah.
I hear him at night.
Tell me about that.
Well, I'm awake a lot. She doesn't sleep too well, but she has medication, and I'll be up in the kitchen, and I can hear him in the den sometimes.
Is it okay for us to talk about this? It's been happening, and you're hiding it. Aren't you hiding it even from yourself?
See, that's what worries me. I think...
Yes, I guess so.
Let me be this strong with you. Don't get angry at me.
Well, if I do, I do.
Yes.
I threw caution to the wind, just wanting to have a baby, and then after Eric was born.
Tell me how you felt. Tell me.
Well, after that, it was a real blow to me.
Yes, tell me.
And
Go
so-
on, tell me.
And so I just didn't want anything. I didn't want to have anything after that ever again. I just didn't want to.
Why? I'm not saying that was wrong. Tell me why. Tell us why.
Because I didn't want to have children at first. And then all of a sudden we have Eric, and he's deformed.
Now I've got to
Not
jump on,
deformed.
not you, but on that word. That child is not deformed.
Oh, he's handicapped.
All right, he's handicapped. And if I lost my little finger tomorrow, I'd be handicapped, I
Yeah, but he
suppose.
might not have been if she would have waited.
What difference would that have made? Seriously.
The difference is that you would have responded to my needs too, and not gone ahead and gotten pregnant. What happened was she went ahead and she got pregnant.
Which she admitted a while ago, and can you deal with the fact that that may be almost a brother or a sister to the event of him cremating the remains of this child? You didn't ask, he didn't ask. There's a lot of doing without talking here.
That's right.
A lot, yeah.
Do you want to change that?
Yes.
Do you want to change it?
That's why we're
But
here.
he's just
Of
so
course.
unreasonable.
I'm not unreasonable. I just want my needs met, too. I want to be heard. I want to be understood. You just want to go off and have a family.
I want a big
I've had
family.
that, 12 brothers and sisters running around and nobody caring about anybody. She said she was using birth control, and she wasn't, and that's a fact. You could ask her.
That's right. But
Right, see?
But what? Yes.
But
what?
if he was just unreasonable, he wouldn't even discuss another child. I would bring it up, and he would just shut the door.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it
given
was-
my track record, I just thought that I was justified to protect myself.
That's your excuse for everything.
It's not.
Well, for that it is.
Mrs. Copra, I have some suggestions to make to your daughter and son-in-law. But I've been watching you several times while we've been talking. You turned away several times. I feel like you're a person loaded with things that I need to hear.
Well, it's so hard because I feel like I've indulged Chris all her life. She was 8 years old when her daddy died. And I feel like some of this is my fault. I'm with them 24 hours a day now.
You live in the home?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
have
I've taken a
few
leave of
weeks.
absence, and I've been here, what, 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks since the baby died. And I see it all the time, and I feel like, and I don't know, I'm so afraid of hurting Chris.
Pretend they're not here for a moment. Why can't they talk together? Why?
And so,
Why
I don't
can't
want
they
to hurt
shout
Chris,
and cry and
but
talk?
I
Why
really
haven't they
feel
done
like
that?
she's being terribly unfair. I think she's being unreasonable.
Is she unreasonable, though, to want to
I
grieve?
think she is. I think she is with, no, it isn't the grieving. It's the way she looks at David. She doesn't give him a chance. She doesn't give him a chance to work out any of his pain,
deserve a
all that
chance.
he's been through. She doesn't listen to
Yes,
him.
I do.
And she doesn't try to see what he's going through.
The thing is that we can't have any more children.
What does that mean?
Oh, no, you can't think that way. David, you can't think that way. Of course you're going to have children.
No, no,
You're both
no.
young yet.
No,
It
we
just
can't.
takes a
We
little
can't.
time,
No,
and
no.
you get this thing all worked out.
What
no,
do you
no.
mean?
David, we could.
No. After Franny died, what you don't understand is, after Franny was born, I had a vasectomy.
What?
And
When I went on that business trip to Chicago for those few weeks, I was just, I don't know, maybe I was punishing you for not talking to me about having another baby, or...
wait a minute.
God.
But here is another event that has happened. Somebody's chosen to do something, and unfortunately, it's like you're choosing to have a child without talking and sharing and planning. Those are the same kinds of events.
That's exactly why without...
Okay, I need to say something to you very quickly. I want to hear more from you, but before your wife, listen to me carefully. I've got something to say. It is possible, first of all, that a vasectomy is reversible, though we don't know that it can be. That's one possibility. The other possibility, if you want to have further children, is adoption. I myself am an adoptive parent of 2. So do not think that the slate is written off, that you cannot have more children, either biological or adoptive. But one thing you've got to promise yourselves, that there's going to be no more of these events of, I'm going to decide to do it and then announce it.
Yeah,
That doesn't work for marriage.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I mean, I really regret it. Maybe I'll regret it all my life. I think I will, but I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
I am. I am. I really am.
Sudden infant death syndrome, sometimes called crib death, is almost unspeakably difficult for parents to handle. This is a clear example of a life event where counseling for a couple is called for strongly. There is so much opportunity for one of the worst mixes of our emotional life to occur when an infant dies. Confusion, guilt, using blame as an explanation, and just plain grief in its most searingly painful form. Counselors don't have all the answers to the crises of life, but we do help families express their reactions to such disasters, and we encourage each member to listen to the other. Communication is the first step toward the reinforcement that each of us should give to a loved one. Counselors would also guide family members to realize that no one is to blame and that the cause of crib death is still a mystery. However, recently, university researchers at the University of Maryland have announced that they've discovered a probable cause, and it could be the lack of a certain hormone. Hopefully, we'll learn more as time goes by. But even if the cause is known, the families involved need time to balance between grief and acceptance. Let's keep health and growth and love in your family and in mine. I'm Thom Thompson.